Hey, what's up, guys? This is Stars Are Spirits or Stars Are Souls. I'm back with another video due to the request that I had to talk about the flat Earth again. A lot of people want to know what's on the other side. If we're living on a flat disk, what's on the other side? So we're going to deal with that in this video. It's going to be a two-part video, maybe three parts. I'm still working on another project, but I kind of want to deal with this, so we got to move really fast. So I don't know how much time I have to cover with everything. I may dedicate some more time to it, but let's quickly get past it. Now, what is gravity? We don't know what gravity is, but we know that acceleration due to gravity is negative when an object is moving up. Acceleration due to gravity is positive when an object's moving down, since gravity acts downward on an object. Acceleration due to gravity is always negative, while the acceleration of a ball upwards was positive due to what threw it, not gravity. So if you have a ball in your hand, you throw it up. From your perspective, the ball is positive. You throw the ball down, it's negative, just like on a slope. On a graph, going up is positive, going down is negative. Okay, so we understand that concept. Since the angle between the force and the displacement is 180 degrees, the work done by the gravitational force on the body is negative. So from gravity's perspective, you're negative because it's pushing you down. If you were going up, something was pushing you up, it'd be positive. Okay, so we're going to deal with that. So let's move past that. This is the Duat, an ancient Egyptian belief system. And in the Duat, it shows that it's multi-layered. Multi-layered, meaning that they didn't think there was another realm that you had to imagine. That the Duat, damn, my phone's constantly ringing. All right, the Duat was something that will bring you downward. Okay, it's someplace that you went downward. It wasn't another world. It was a place that you could actually go and get to if you had the technology to get there. And that's why they have this chamber, which is trying to go down to this multi-layer. This is the hieroglyphs or papyrus from Egypt. All right, now here's the chamber. Here's the Pyramid of Giza. It has let's get rid of that. Okay, so these chambers are leading downward. Where are they trying to go? Okay, where are they trying to go? They're trying to go to the other world. It's called the underworld or the Duat. This is where they're trying to go. And you can see in these graphs here from the sideways angle that they're trying to go to another world. And it wasn't another place they didn't think they can get to. This was a place they thought they could actually go. Okay. Now, even in the, let's go back here. So here's the Duat, right? The Duat, it also was a place where people's souls went after death for judgment, thought that it was not the full extent of the afterlife. Burial chambers formed touching points between the mundane world and the Duat, and spirits could use tombs to travel back and forth from the Duat. So, this is a place that you can actually go. Okay, if we're on a flat disk, you can go there. Okay, so this is not something imagined. There is a world we're standing on, and it's under us. And so we're going to deal with that. Okay, so even in the Mayan belief system, they thought that there was an underworld. Okay, so there was a place that they can actually go. You didn't have to, I mean, if you had a vehicle, you can actually go there. So it's somewhere down there. These people aren't talking about some other world. Okay, so let's move past that real quick. So here's the pyramid this was the chamber that would lead you down to the underworld. And of course, we know these were built by machines. There's no way humans would have been able to do this. The History Channel is so full of shit. So we'll get past that, all right? So here you can see a 3D graph. They called it the bottomless pit. So it's someplace you actually went. You actually would go. So, I mean, what the hell is building a pyramid to go down where? They're not talking about the afterlife. They're talking about someplace you literally go, even though you will get there in the afterlife. And we're going to deal with that, with the positive and negative energy. Okay, so let's move past that. In Judaism, okay, word for heaven denotes a component of the cosmos. The other elements being the earth and the underworld, the shoal. So the underworld was a place that existed. These people knew we lived on a flat earth, and they knew there was a world under it. Now, has anybody been there? I don't know. Okay, I have not been to the underworld. I don't know what it looks like. The only thing I know that all these ancient cultures, which they were advanced, just as advanced as us, and I'm gonna deal with that in another video, but they knew there was something under there. Okay, so moving past that. Now, let's go take a look here. Let's get this show on the road. All right, so now here's a city, and we're gonna go walk around and take a look at around the city and see what's under there, because a lot of people don't really understand that there's more to this world that we live in. Okay, so now here you're standing on a normal city, and you got your clouds, you got your baseball stadium, you got your cruise boat over there, and now this is the Earth, right? And supposedly they're finding dinosaurs under there. I'm gonna make a video because there's no dinosaurs. Dinosaurs never existed, and I'm gonna deal with that in another video. Now here's the underworld. Here's the multiple layers, right? So you got the dirt, you have the ground. Under there where the water is, where they're finding oil, and the fire, and the blackness is what is the underworld. Okay? And let's pause right there. Let's pause right there, because I want everyone to see this and understand that there was something called the deep. This is the deepest hole ever drilled. Okay, and this hole that was drilled, it was several. All right, well, let's read. Several interesting discoveries resulted from the hole. Pockets of water were found from time to time, preventing from ascending to the surface by a layer of impermeable rock. Okay, so they drilled 9 miles down. It's the deepest hole ever drilled in human history. It's called the Kola Super Deep Borehole. Okay, and this, I believe, was in Ukraine, and they dug down there. Now, what did they discover? They found water, okay, which is that right here, the water right here. And then they got to right around this layer here, and this is when they started hearing this. Now, you guys tell me what this is. Listen. Now, this is nothing but still rock down there. Why are we getting these noises? Think about that. Now, let's kind of skip. See? There's something down there. Okay, there's something down there. So let's go back to the graph here. Let's go back to the graph here. Let's continue to look. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move over here. And we have to understand that there when they talk about heavens, there are no heavens. Okay? The heavens that you see when you die, your energy, that energy that's in you, that electrical energy, moves up and becomes a star. And when and someone asked me, well, if all the souls died and became stars, wouldn't it accumulate? It does. And some of the stars come shooting back down. That's why you always see shooting stars coming downward. They never go upward. They always come downward. But if you have a negative energy, you go down. Now, this is the super borehole that I designed up. And we're going to go down. And again, we're also going to talk about oil and we're going to talk about this in part 2, because oil does not come from dinosaur bones. And this is where they drilled down. They found water, but they also, in the porous rock, but they also found it was really hot. It was extremely hot down there. So if you read all ancient texts, they say it's extremely hot. Okay, extremely hot down there. Some call it hell. When a volcano erupts, lava comes up. Now, let's talk about this really quick. Now, if you're on the water, it's flat. Let's pause this really quick. Let's pause this. We're going to come back to this really quick because we're trying to deal with a lot here. If you read right here, it says rising sea levels. And this also proves that we live on a flat plane. We don't live on a ball. Because how in the world can you have rising sea levels on one side of this ball and then decreasing sea levels on another side of the ball. Water always flattens out. It always reaches a level plane. So how in the world can water suddenly, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Certain parts have higher sea levels than others. That's impossible. If you're living, it's impossible on a globe or on a flat plane. Water always levels out. Okay? So that is impossible unless you're filling up a pool or something. You can't have, look at this. Rising sea levels, totally unprovable. Let's see right here. It says Australia is really unique. As Fasulo says, in the continent's eastern interior, most of the rain that falls runs inland into a salt lake called Lake Erie, never reaching the sea. So basically, the lowering sea levels in Australia is due to it all falling in a lake. And I'm supposed to believe that. All right. Let's quickly move past that. The ideas that led to the equation were set down by Einstein in 1905. So here we are in 2015, and we're still following some ideas from 100 years ago. I mean, you're telling me this guy was the smartest of them all? There's no other smart people on the planet? I mean, it's ridiculous. There are a whole lot of smart people on the planet. It's just these ideas are pushed forward by these secret societies to keep us stupid. That's really what it's all about. So let's go back here. Let's finish watching. Okay. So now, of course, we got the UN flag, which is a picture of the map of the flat Earth. Okay. And here we are back. This is the underworld. And that's really the reality of this whole thing. We're really right here. Okay. So let's zoom out a little bit. Let's stop this. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. Okay. Let's take a look here. So this underworld. Okay, and then when we go inside, and we have some rocks here, and this is from supposedly dinosaur bones, because in order for anything to get fossilized, there has to be pressure. Okay, so they never explain, and in part 2, we're going to talk about how it's impossible for a fossil to form in the ocean. Okay, and we're going to deal with that in another video, in the next video, part 2. But what's on the other side is the underworld. And I made it black because we don't know what's under there. I don't know what's under there. So people asking me what's on the other side of the flat Earth, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I wish I did know. I don't know. I just know that it's probably looks something similar to the sky that we see above at night. That's the only thing I can imagine. I don't know what's way down there, but I know it's hot down there, and I know there's a lot of activity down there because you heard it from that noise. You heard from the video, from the sounds. There's something down there. And we know it's hot down there because when lava comes up, when a volcano erupts, lava comes up. So there's something hot down there. But are we on a ball? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. Because the ancients never said it. And they were much more advanced than I would probably say we are today. I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's what it is. They knew. I mean, if we think we're advanced because we went to the moon, and obviously that was fake, then we totally got the whole thing messed up. Okay, so we kind of need to start from scratch again and look this over. But I'm going to make part 2, and in order for you to really appreciate and understand this part 1, you have to watch part 2, because part 2 I'm really going to go in. So just hang tight and tune back in. Peace.